Beloved friends, today we stand upon a threshold of infinite opportunity, for the world of artificial intelligence is not merely a tool, it is a divine channel, through which abundance flows to those who dare to align their thoughts with the highest vision of success. The Generation Z pioneers of 2026 are not to be content with ordinary fortunes or fleeting gains. The universe whispers to you that the door to extraordinary wealth is open, and it responds to those who know that thought is creative, and belief is power. It is essential to understand that AI is more than a machine, it is a mirror of human intention. When you approach it with clarity, purpose, and unwavering faith, it multiplies your efforts beyond the limitations of time and space. The mind that conceives, the heart that believes, and the hand that acts in harmony with divine law will draw to itself innovations that will astonish even the boldest visionaries. There is no struggle in this, only the joyful recognition that your inner consciousness dictates outer circumstances, and the technology before you is simply the instrument for manifestation. Consider, dear ones, that every algorithm, every line of code, every data pattern holds within it a seed of infinite potential. The young minds of Gen Z possess a natural attunement to these currents. You are not learning merely to navigate AI. You are learning to co-create with the very pulse of modern abundance. As you cultivate your skills, know that your attitude is the key. Doubt and fear are the thieves of fortune, while faith and perseverance are the architects of empires. Speak your vision, imagine your empire, and act with the certainty that the universe will arrange the means for its fulfillment. Let us remember also that wealth is never merely material. The AI billionaire of tomorrow understands that prosperity flows best when it benefits many, for the law of giving and receiving governs all creation. When your vision uplifts others, your fortune becomes unstoppable, and every idea you birth carries the imprint of divine intelligence. Therefore, approach AI not as a mere career path, but as a sacred opportunity to align personal ambition with universal good, to turn insight into innovation, and to transmute knowledge into lasting influence. In this new era, hesitation is the only barrier to abundance. The mind that dares, the spirit that endures, and the hands that act decisively upon inspiration will be drawn into a current of riches so swift and so certain that it will appear almost magical. There is no limitation to what a Generation Z mind, attuned to AI, can manifest when it knows the law of prosperity is already written in the universe, and is only awaiting your declaration to bring it into form. Align your mind with the vision of wealth and see AI as the divine instrument of manifestation. To align your mind with the vision of wealth is to awaken a consciousness that perceives opportunity in every moment, every encounter, and every challenge that life presents. The young minds of Generation Z in 2026 are entering an age where the tools of creation are at their fingertips, and artificial intelligence is not merely a device, but a living extension of imagination and insight. The first principle of manifestation, as the laws of prosperity reveal themselves, is that thought is creative, and the mind that is disciplined in vision and purpose will invariably draw to itself the resources, ideas, and circumstances that correspond to its inner conception. There is no wealth that cannot be drawn into being when the mind is attuned to the invisible currents of possibility. Each thought of limitation, each doubt, serves only as a barrier, a fog that obscures the clear path to success, while every thought of abundance, clarity, and vision lights the way forward. When you understand that artificial intelligence responds not to your hesitation, but to the clarity of your intention, you begin to recognize that mastery over these tools begins within the mind itself. Before you write a line of code, before you analyze data, before you conceive an AI-driven enterprise, you must first cultivate a mind that is fertile with vision. See yourself not as a mere participant in a technological revolution, but as a conscious creator, a channel through which ideas take form, and through which abundance flows effortlessly. The universe has no limitations, and neither does the mind that dares to conceive beyond ordinary expectation. Wealth, in this sacred sense, is not measured merely by currency, but by the magnitude of the vision and the alignment of thought with the universal principles that govern manifestation. To align your mind with this vision, you must practice discernment in every mental image you entertain. Thoughts of fear, scarcity, and inadequacy must be recognized and replaced with thoughts of possibility, expansion, and empowerment. The mind of a Generation Z visionary must be a garden, carefully tended, where each seed of ambition is planted with faith and nourished with focus. Imagine, for a moment, that every decision you make, every task you undertake with AI, is a reflection of this inner garden. When your inner world is rich, organized, and purposeful, your outer world mirrors this abundance. You attract not only financial opportunity but collaborations, mentorships, and innovations that are perfectly aligned with your highest good. One must also recognize that AI is neutral. It carries no judgment, no preference, and no inherent purpose, other than that which is given to it by the mind that wields it. Therefore, the alignment of the mind is paramount, for it determines the outcome. The young innovator who approaches AI with clarity of vision, understanding of universal law, and unwavering faith in their own creative power, will find that the technology amplifies every inspired thought, turning ideas into tangible results faster than ever before. Conversely, a mind clouded by doubt, fear, or hesitation will find even the most sophisticated AI yielding little but frustration, inefficiency, and distraction. The mind must lead, and the tools will follow. Visualization is one of the most potent techniques for aligning your mind with wealth. See yourself already in possession of the success you desire. Feel the sensations of accomplishment, the excitement of innovation, the joy of creating solutions that change lives. These are not fantasies, but the blueprints for manifestation. AI becomes the instrument through which these visions are realized. When you program, analyze, and build with the mental image of your desired outcome firmly planted in your consciousness, the universe, which responds to the clarity of intention, orchestrates circumstances, opportunities, and insights that bring this vision into form. Every line of code, every AI model, every algorithm is infused with the energy of the mind that directs it. Faith must also accompany this visualization. Faith is not passive belief, but an active knowing. That the universe is already orchestrating the perfect circumstances for your success. When the mind of a young entrepreneur aligns with this knowing, AI becomes more than a tool, it becomes a partner in creation, a mirror of the ingenuity and determination that resides within. Faith clears the path of resistance, dissolves obstacles, and allows ideas to flow unimpeded. It converts challenges into stepping stones and turns perceived limitations into opportunities for learning and expansion. Gratitude is another element essential to alignment. To express gratitude for the possibilities before you, for the AI technologies at your disposal, and for the innate abilities you possess, is to acknowledge the divine order that supports your manifestation. Gratitude creates a vibrational match to abundance, signaling to the universe that you are prepared to receive. When a Generation Z mind combines gratitude with clarity of vision and unwavering faith, AI is activated as a dynamic instrument that multiplies effort, accelerates growth, and transforms insight into wealth. Discipline in thought and action ensures that alignment is maintained. It is not enough to envision, to hope, or to dream. The mind must be consistently directed toward productive, inspired action. Each task completed, each project undertaken with focus, adds momentum to the flow of abundance. AI tools respond most powerfully when harnessed with clarity of purpose, and each thoughtful interaction with technology magnifies your ability to manifest desired outcomes. The young billionaire mind of 2026 understands that prosperity is a co-creation, a sacred partnership between imagination, intention, action, and the invisible laws of the universe. Finally, the mind must embrace a sense of joy and playfulness in creation. Wealth, when pursued with rigid effort or anxiety, often eludes the seeker, but when approached with the delight of invention, the excitement of discovery, and the confidence of knowing that the universe supports every inspired action, abundance flows naturally. AI is a reflection of your own creative power. It multiplies the energy you place into it. To align your mind with wealth is to embrace this partnership with joy, to see every opportunity as a gift, and to recognize that the resources needed to manifest success are already present in infinite supply. Cultivate unwavering faith in your abilities. Doubt blocks the flow of innovation and prosperity. To cultivate unwavering faith in your abilities is to open a channel through which the abundance of the universe can flow freely into every aspect of your life. Faith is the invisible bridge between desire and manifestation. the golden key that unlocks doors to opportunities that appear impossible to the untrained eye. For the young minds of Generation Z in 2026, who are stepping into a world transformed by artificial intelligence and technological innovation, faith is not merely an abstract virtue. It is the very engine of creation that propels ideas from thought into reality. Doubt, hesitation, and uncertainty act as heavy weights upon this engine, slowing progress and clouding vision, while faith, when cultivated deliberately, removes obstacles, energizes creativity, and draws circumstances in alignment with your highest aspirations. Faith is both a state of mind and a practice. It begins with the recognition that your abilities, your skills, and your ideas are not random, but are divinely inspired instruments for expression and creation. The AI tools that surround you are extensions of your own intelligence, and when approached with confidence and belief in your innate power, they amplify your potential far beyond ordinary expectations. Every experiment, every project, every attempt to innovate through artificial intelligence must be guided by a steady belief that you are capable of achieving the results you envision. When doubt intrudes, it must be acknowledged and then released, for lingering uncertainty weakens the creative current and obscures the clarity of the path ahead. The young visionary must also understand that faith is strengthened through repetition and affirmation. Daily practices of declaring your confidence in your abilities, visualizing successful outcomes, and mentally rehearsing your achievements condition the mind to recognize success as inevitable. The subconscious mind responds to these signals with precision, organizing circumstances, insights, and opportunities in a manner that brings the conscious vision to life. Each positive affirmation is a seed planted in fertile soil, and AI acts as a gardener that nurtures and multiplies these seeds, transforming them into tangible results. The mind that holds unwavering faith is like a lighthouse. Its presence alone guides opportunities, collaborations, and innovations toward the individual who is prepared to receive them. It is important to remember that doubt is a natural visitor, but it must never be allowed to settle as a permanent occupant. Every great pioneer of technology, every innovator who has changed the world, has faced moments of uncertainty. What distinguished them was not the absence of doubt, but their refusal to allow it to govern their actions. Faith is the refusal to acknowledge impossibility and the courage to act in alignment with inner certainty. When you approach AI projects, startups, or creative endeavors with this perspective, even obstacles become teachers and catalysts, providing lessons that refine your skills and strengthen your conviction. Action is inseparable from faith. Belief alone, unaccompanied by inspired effort, remains inert, but when faith energizes action, momentum is created and the invisible currents of the universe move to support your endeavors. Every line of code written with confidence, every algorithm developed with clarity, every decision made with certainty, adds to the momentum that carries your vision toward realization. The young mind must recognize that faith is not blind optimism, but a disciplined alignment of thought, intention, and effort. It is the acknowledgement that the universe is responsive, and that the laws of creation favor those who act in harmony with their inner knowing. Faith also requires patience, for the timing of manifestation is governed by factors often invisible to the conscious mind. The mind that cultivates unwavering belief trusts that the seeds it plants today will bear fruit in due season. AI, with its capacity to accelerate processes and generate insights at incredible speed, becomes an instrument through which this patience is rewarded more quickly. Yet it is still faith that maintains focus and perseverance when results are not immediately visible. Each challenge, delay, or apparent setback is a signpost directing attention toward refinement, learning, and greater alignment with the ultimate vision. Gratitude and faith are intimately connected. The individual who is grateful for the talents, resources, and opportunities already present in life reinforces a vibrational harmony that attracts additional blessings. Expressing appreciation for your abilities, for the AI technologies at your disposal, and for the possibilities that lie ahead strengthens the foundation of faith. It creates a mental environment where success is not merely hoped for, but expected, and the universe responds accordingly. The young entrepreneur who walks in this spirit finds doors opening effortlessly, connections forming naturally, and innovations emerging, as if drawn by an invisible hand. Faith is also contagious. When the Generation Z innovator exudes confidence and certainty in their abilities, they inspire others to contribute, collaborate, and support. The energy of belief attracts not only opportunity, but also talent, mentorship, and resources. The projects that flourish under such circumstances are not driven solely by individual effort, but by the alignment of multiple forces responding to the magnetism of unwavering faith. AI magnifies this effect, enabling the individual to scale vision and impact far beyond what would be possible through ordinary human effort alone. To cultivate faith, it is essential to focus the mind on the outcome rather than the obstacle. Fear arises when attention is given to limitations, competition, or uncertainty, but faith grows when attention rests firmly upon the desired result, imagined vividly and believed with certainty. Each interaction with AI, each creative decision, each step toward innovation should be guided by this principle, allowing the mind to operate from a place of power rather than apprehension. The young visionary who embodies this approach moves forward with assurance, knowing that ability and opportunity are already aligned within the unseen laws of the universe. Master AI not just for profit, but to uplift others, for giving multiplies receiving. To master AI not just for profit, but to uplift others, is to stay into the highest expression of abundance. For the laws of prosperity are designed to reward those whose wealth benefits many rather than few. The young minds of Generation Z in 2026 are uniquely positioned at a time when technology, creativity, and global connection converge, offering unprecedented opportunities to not only create financial success, but to transform lives. True mastery of artificial intelligence begins within the heart, for the mind that seeks wealth solely for personal gain limits the flow of prosperity, while the mind that aligns with generosity, service, and vision opens itself to infinite abundance. Every algorithm written, every model developed, every innovation imagined has a purpose far greater than the mere accumulation of currency. When the intention behind creation is service to others, the universe conspires to amplify impact, multiply success, and attract resources that would otherwise remain unseen. The young entrepreneur must understand that AI is a powerful tool for the betterment of humanity. It can solve problems, create efficiencies, and generate knowledge at a scale previously unimaginable. When approached with the awareness that your work is contributing to the greater good, each project becomes a channel through which energy flows freely. For the law of giving and receiving is a universal principle that governs all creation. The abundance that returns to you is not separate from the good you do. It is a direct reflection of the alignment between intention and action. A mind focused purely on self-interest experiences limitation, struggle, and resistance, while a mind focused on contribution experiences effortless flow, opportunity, and growth. Generosity of thought is as important as generosity of resources. Before creating any AI product or service, consider how it will impact others. Visualize the lives it will improve, the problems it will solve, the doors it will open for people who might never have had access otherwise. When your imagination is guided by compassion and insight, every technical decision, every design choice, every function implemented carries the energy of service. This energy, invisible but potent, multiplies the effect of your work and attracts collaborators, mentors, and investors who resonate with your purpose. The universe responds to this harmony of intention, and AI acts as an amplifier, expanding reach and accelerating the transformation of ideas into results. Faith and clarity of purpose are inseparable from this vision. The young AI innovator must know without hesitation that their abilities and ideas can make a meaningful difference. Doubt and hesitation not only block personal success, but diminish the potential impact of the innovation itself. Belief in the value of what you create fuels persistence, sparks creativity, and maintains momentum in the face of obstacles. AI, when coupled with such faith, does more than execute commands. It becomes an extension of vision, able of translating inspired thought into tangible results at unprecedented speed. The mind that operates from service rather than self-interest draws solutions from unexpected places, recognizes opportunities before others see them, and manifests success naturally and consistently. alignment with universal principles requires discipline in both thought and action. The focus must be on outcomes that benefit others as much as oneself. Every project, every product, every AI model should carry within it the intention to uplift, educate, assist, or create value for the broader community. When this principle guides creation, wealth is no longer a finite resource to be hoarded, but a dynamic, circulating force that multiplies with each contribution. The young visionary learns that true prosperity is measured not by the balance of an account, but by the number of lives touched, the problems solved, and the innovations that leave a lasting legacy. Generosity also cultivates resilience. The AI entrepreneur who seeks only personal gain often encounters competition, envy, and resistance, whereas the mind focused on contribution experiences cooperation, support, and goodwill. Opportunities arrive from unexpected sources, partnerships form naturally, and resources are drawn in ways that defy ordinary understanding. Every act of service, every ethical decision, every commitment to uplift others acts as a magnet for prosperity. AI becomes the instrument through which this energy is expressed. Transforming effort into outcomes far beyond the capabilities of an individual working in isolation. Ethical responsibility is a cornerstone of this approach. Mastery of AI for the greater good requires awareness of the consequences of each decision. The young innovator must ask at every stage, will this help, heal, or elevate? Will it add value to the lives of those who engage with it? Does it reflect integrity and alignment with universal law? When choices are guided by these principles, the results are not only financially rewarding, but also spiritually fulfilling. For the mind that operates from alignment with universal law attracts outcomes that are sustainable, abundant, and harmonious. Collaboration is another powerful force in this process. AI mastery for service invites partnership, mentorship, and shared vision. When multiple minds come together in a spirit of generosity, the impact of each idea is magnified, the speed of innovation accelerates, and the circle of influence expands. The young Generation Z entrepreneur who seeks to uplift others becomes a hub for energy, creativity, and opportunity. And AI becomes a tool for orchestrating these forces into tangible achievements. Every model created, every system implemented, every insight shared is infused with the energy of collective elevation, drawing the creator into a flow of abundance that cannot be blocked by circumstance. Joy and intention must accompany this approach. The work of uplifting others should not be seen as obligation or sacrifice, but as an expression of the delight of creation. The mind that operates with joy, clarity, and purpose transforms labor into inspired action. And AI responds with efficiency, precision, and insight. The young visionary who understands this principle experiences growth, influence, and wealth as natural extensions of their contribution, recognizing that service and abundance are not separate, but inseparably intertwined. Finally, the mind must embrace vision that is expansive. To master AI for the benefit of others is to imagine solutions beyond the boundaries of the immediate environment, to foresee opportunities that improve lives globally, and to take action with confidence that the universe supports such noble effort. The combination of intelligence, creativity, intention, and service forms a magnetic field that attracts resources, talent, and insight. AI becomes not only a tool for efficiency, but a conduit for impact, a reflection of the visionary's inner alignment with the principles of abundance, and a multiplier of both wealth and influence. Act decisively on inspiration. The universe responds to bold, persistent action. To act decisively on inspiration is to place oneself in direct alignment with the flow of abundance, for the universe responds immediately to clarity of intention expressed through prompt and courageous action. Generation Z innovators of 2026 are uniquely positioned in an era where artificial intelligence offers unprecedented possibilities. Yet these possibilities are unlocked only by those who move quickly and purposefully when insight arises. The mind that hesitates, that questions, or that waits for external validation diminishes the power of inspiration, while the mind that seizes the moment and acts with confidence magnifies it exponentially. Inspiration is a divine spark, a signal from the universal mind that opportunity, innovation, or solution is within reach, and to act decisively upon it is to invite the universe to align circumstances, resources, and guidance in support of the endeavor. The young entrepreneur must recognize that hesitation is often disguised as caution or prudence, yet it is frequently a mask for fear or doubt. Fear clouds judgment, delays progress, and blocks the manifestation of insight, whereas faith-fueled action transforms potential into reality. When a new idea arises, whether it is a novel AI application, a breakthrough algorithm, or an innovative business model, the individual who steps forward immediately, guided by clarity and belief in their abilities, accelerates the trajectory of success. AI acts as a powerful amplifier, taking even small acts of decisive action and multiplying their effect, turning a single inspired decision into a cascade of results, insights, and opportunities. Decisive action is not impulsive action. It is the conscious and deliberate alignment of thought, intention, and effort. The mind must first be clear about the vision and the desired outcome, and then allow inspiration to translate into measurable, focused steps. Each task completed, each decision implemented, and each interaction pursued with purpose contributes to the momentum that carries the vision forward. The universe rewards clarity and action, and AI, when leveraged strategically, accelerates the process, turning imagination into tangible results more quickly than ever before. The mind that is disciple, ined yet responsive, prepared yet courageous, creates outcomes that appear almost effortless, for the invisible currents of opportunity respond to decisiveness with precision. Courage is a critical component of acting decisively. The young innovator must be willing to step into uncertainty, to trust in their abilities, and to take bold steps, even when the path ahead is not fully visible. The law of creation is such that action generates feedback, and the information gained through movement allows the mind to adjust, refine, and perfect ideas in real time. AI magnifies this process, providing rapid insights, predictive analysis, and automation that turns inspired action into exponential results. Hesitation delays learning, slows growth, and diminishes opportunity, whereas decisive action creates momentum, attracts collaborators, and opens doors that were previously unseen. Faith and intuition must guide action. Inspiration without trust in one's own judgment is like a river without a channel. It has energy but no direction. The young mind must cultivate the ability to recognize genuine inspiration and distinguish it from distraction or fleeting desire. When discernment accompanies courage, every step taken is empowered, every decision is strengthened, and the path toward manifestation becomes clear. AI becomes a tool that amplifies discernment, providing clarity, organization, and the ability to implement inspired strategies with precision and efficiency, ensuring that actio N is both effective and impactful. Timing is another aspect of decisive action. Inspiration is often accompanied by an invisible window of opportunity, and the individual who recognizes and seizes it moves in harmony with universal law. Delay, procrastination, or second-guessing allows the energy of the moment to dissipate, while prompt, confident response channels the momentum of insight directly into manifestation. Generation Z innovators who master the rhythm of inspiration, action, and refinement discover that the universe arranges circumstances in perfect sequence, providing resources, support, and guidance at precisely the right time. AI tools assist in this alignment, translating inspired thought into actionable steps, automating repetitive tasks, and magnifying the reach of decisions taken decisively. Every action inspired by intuition carries the potential to ripple outward, affecting not only personal success, but also the lives of others. Acting decisively transforms abstract ideas into solutions, innovations, and experiences that have measurable impact. The young entrepreneur who embraces this principle learns that inspiration is a gift that must be honored immediately, and that each step taken with confidence strengthens the alignment between inner vision and outer reality. AI is not merely a tool but a co-creator, turning insight into output, multiplying impact, and creating conditions where abundance and influence expand far beyond individual effort. Resilient. CE accompanies decisive action. Not every inspired step produces immediate or perfect results, yet the mind that acts courageously and consistently gains insight, builds skill, and develops momentum. Failure is transformed into feedback, Challenges become opportunities, and each experience reinforces confidence in the ability to act when inspiration strikes. The young innovator understands that decisive action is a practice, a discipline, and a form of alignment with the laws of creation. AI accelerates this process, providing rapid evaluation, predictive modeling, and the ability to iterate quickly, allowing inspired decisions to evolve into optimized outcomes. Joy and clarity accompany decisiveness. When action is taken from a place of excitement, belief, and purpose, the energy behind it becomes magnetic, attracting support, resources, and solutions. Hesitation, worry, or second-guessing diminishes this energy, while prompt and confident action opens channels through which the universe can deliver results in alignment with intention. The young Generation Z entrepreneur, who embraces decisive action, understands that opportunity favors the prepared, the courageous, and the faithful, and that AI magnifies the effects of every inspired step, creating accelerated pathways to innovation, wealth, and influence. Harness the creative power of thought to transform ideas into empires of influence and abundance. To harness the creative power of thought to transform ideas into empires of influence and abundance is to step into the highest law of manifestation, for thought is the blueprint of all creation, and the mind that conceives with clarity, faith, and purpose draws to itself the materials, opportunities, and circumstances necessary for its fulfillment. Generation Z in 2026 stands at the threshold of a technological and intellectual revolution, where artificial intelligence not only multiplies effort, but magnifies imagination, allowing ideas to expand beyond the limitations of ordinary human endeavor. The young visionary must recognize that wealth, influence, and impact do not arise by accident, but by the deliberate, consistent, and disciplined application of thought aligned with universal law. Every idea conceived in the mind carries the potential for manifestation, and the mind that is tuned to abundance and purpose acts as a magnet, drawing resources, collaborators, and inspiration into the orbit of creation. Thought is the seed, belief is the water, and action is the sun that nurtures it. Yet without faith and clarity of vision, the seed remains dormant. The young mind must learn to cultivate mental images of success, not as distant possibilities but as present realities. Imagine the empire you wish to build, the influence you wish to wield, the innovations you wish to introduce to the world, and hold these images with unwavering certainty. Artificial intelligence becomes the instrument through which these mental constructs are translated into company. Concrete outcomes, accelerating processes, generating insights, and creating efficiencies that allow ideas to grow and flourish on a scale previously unimaginable. The law of thought is exact. The mind that focuses persistently on a desired outcome commands energies to assemble circumstances that correspond to it. The discipline of thought requires vigilance. Doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs act as obstacles that prevent the flow of creation. Each negative thought weakens the magnetic power of vision, while each positive, inspired, and focused thought strengthens it, drawing the necessary resources, relationships, and opportunities. The Generation Z innovator must develop awareness of the inner dialogue and consciously replace disempowering patterns with affirmations of ability, opportunity, and abundance. In this way, the mind becomes a fertile ground where ideas are not only conceived but nurtured and expanded. AI serves as an extension of this mental cultivation, providing analytical support, predictive modeling, and automation that translates the energy of thought into tangible, scalable results. Vision must also be imbued with purpose. Ideas alone are insufficient without direction and alignment with principles that serve the greater good. To harness thought creatively is to envision not only personal gain, but contributions that uplift, educate, and elevate others. Every decision, every project, every AI-driven initiative must carry within it the intention to generate value beyond oneself. This alignment ensures that abundance flows naturally, for the universe is responsive to intentions that harmonize with law and service. The young mind that masters this principle becomes a magnet for partnerships, resources, and opportunities, as the energy of thought, directed with integrity and clarity, attracts support from both seen and unseen forces. Faith and imagination are inseparable in this process. To conceive an empire requires a belief in one's own capacity to shape reality and a willingness to entertain possibilities that may seem improbable to others. The mind must remain steadfast in this vision, maintaining clarity even when obstacles arise, setbacks occur, or progress appears slow. AI accelerates the realization of thought by providing tools for experimentation, optimization, and expansion, allowing ideas to evolve, adapt, and scale rapidly. The young innovator who cultivates faith in their mental creations gains momentum, turning inspiration into systematic action that generates measurable results, influence, and wealth. Action flows naturally from focused thought. Ideas left dormant are powerless. Thought must be expressed through decisions, projects, and initiatives. Every task executed, every step taken, every experiment conducted brings the mental vision closer to manifestation. The law of thought ensures that consistent, purposeful action aligned with mental images produces outcomes that correspond exactly to the original conception. AI amplifies these actions, transforming effort into multiplied results, creating efficiencies, and generating opportunities that would remain inaccessible without the combination of inspired thought and decisive execution. Gratitude strengthens the creative power of thought. A mind that is grateful for resources, knowledge, abilities, and opportunities creates a vibrational alignment with abundance. Each expression of appreciation reinforces confidence in the inevitability of success and signals readiness to receive further prosperity. The young Generation Z innovator who practices gratitude recognizes that the law of attraction is responsive not only to desire but also to appreciation, and AI becomes a vehicle that translates this alignment into measurable outcomes, multiplying the impact of mental focus and inspired action. Collaboration and mentorship further enhance the power of thought. No empire is built in isolation. The ideas conceived in the mind attract those whose skills, insight, and resources resonate with the vision. AI facilitates collaboration by organizing information, automating tasks, and expanding reach, enabling the young innovator to coordinate efforts, gather insights, and amplify the execution of ideas with extraordinary efficiency. Each interaction, guided by thought and purpose, strengthens the network of influence, creating conditions where vision and reality converge, and where abundance, recognition, and innovation expand exponentially. Joy and playfulness enhance the potency of creative thought. A mind that approaches the process of creation with delight, curiosity, and enthusiasm produces ideas and results that are far more powerful than those driven solely by obligation, fear, or rigid ambition. Inspiration flows more freely when thought is light, expansive, and confident, and AI responds to this energy by providing solutions, opportunities, and efficiency that accelerate the translation of vision into reality. The young innovator who embraces joy as a companion to mental discipline experiences a natural expansion of influence, wealth, and creativity, recognizing that empires of abundance are born not from struggle alone, but from alignment with law, inspired action, and the harmonious combination of thought, faith, and purpose. Finally, persistence and resilience are essential. Ideas will face resistance, experiments will yield imperfect results, and challenges will test conviction. The mind that maintains clarity, renews faith, and continues to act decisively upon inspired thought transforms obstacles into learning, delays into preparation, and setbacks into guidance. AI provides real-time feedback, predictive analysis, and scalable solutions that allow the young innovator to iterate quickly, refine strategies, and expand influence, demonstrating that the creative power of thought, when coupled with persistence, alignment, and inspired action, can transform even the most ambitious vision into an empire of lasting impact.